Hello, friends. Have you ever thought of a creature that doesn't fear the storm but uses it to fly higher? A bird that goes beyond the clouds and looks straight into the sun, while all other birds hide behind trees. Who is it? It's the eagle. But today we're not here to hear a bird story. Today we're talking about that mindset that has helped millions reach higher heights in history. The eagle mindset is not something that only applies when everything seems to be falling apart. It's for those moments when you feel like nothing is possible, when people underestimate you, when you doubt yourself. If the answer is yes, then this story is for you. The eagle is not an ordinary bird. It's born on earth, but its thinking is in the sky. It doesn't get stuck in tiny things. It rises up. It separates itself and reaches a place where few dare to go. But is there only one bird like this? No, you can do it too. Inside you are the same qualities, the same focus, the same clarity, the same strength, the same patience. The only difference is that the eagle knows what it needs, and we, many times, forget our own power. The most inspiring quality of the eagle is its vision. Its eyes can see for miles. Imagine if your thinking were that clear too. Wouldn't you be able to see your goals before they arrive? Wouldn't you be able to avoid distractions? But it's not just about vision. It's about that quiet preparation, that solitude that the eagle willingly chooses. It does not fly with the flock. It doesn't walk with the crowd. It chooses its own direction, and that is what sets this mindset apart from others. Think about it. When the whole world says you can't, you tell the inner voice, I am an eagle. I do not fear the storms. When bombs fall, they enjoy the turbulence. The eagle mindset teaches us when to stay silent, when to strike, and when to change ourselves. Yes, the eagle also reaches a stage where it leaves its old wings and beak behind and remakes itself. The process is painful. It's solitary. But afterward, prepared again, more powerful and more focused. Have you ever asked yourself, can I change too? Can I fly again? The most important feature of this mindset is how it teaches leadership, how to lead yourself and others. An eagle doesn't just survive in its life. It thrives. It flies not from fear, but from faith. We now live in a world that is fast, noisy, and distracting. But if you keep your eyes on the eagle's target, no matter how much noise there is, you can achieve your goals. The eagle mindset says, stop thinking like a pigeon. Stop flying low. You are born to fly high. Inside you is a potential that lies dormant. You just have to wake it up. In this book, we'll unlock that mindset, understand that power, and prepare for flight that will take you to where you belong. Sky beyond limits. So now is the time to change your thinking, raise your perspective, and make a promise with yourself that now nothing can stop my flight. Chapter 1, Rise Above the Storm. Have you ever wondered what happens to other birds when a storm comes? They fear and hide behind trees, or take shelter in a safe place. But there is one bird that doesn't fear the storm. Instead, it sees it as an opportunity. When the clouds ascend, the winds intensify, and thunder roars, the eagle spreads its wings and uses the storm's wind to rise higher, knowing the storm is not here to stop its flight, but to push it faster. Now look at your own life. Do storms only come in the sky? No. Storms also come in life. Failures, heartbreaks, betrayals, criticisms, and sometimes a loss of belief in yourself. At such times, you might feel like everything is over. But ask yourself, are these storms here to break you or to teach you to fly? The eagle doesn't complain, doesn't blame, doesn't make excuses. Because if you want to fly, you must face the storms. Our biggest problem is not that storms come, but that we wonder, why me? The day you shift to why not me, your flight will begin. The first rule of the eagle mindset is to face the storm. Do not escape it. Those who run away stay on the ground. Those who face it touch the sky. Each storm has two faces, one that shows fear and another that gives flight. Your victory depends on which face you choose to see. The eagle rises not because it fears turbulence, but because it knows stability is never found in the air. It must create it amidst chaos. Now imagine if the eagle mindset could be in you too, then why not you? You have the same power inside you. The only difference is the eagle's belief in itself. Until you confront your inner fear, you cannot reach the heights of your dreams. Sometimes fear itself becomes a trigger that awakens a courage, and awakening that courage is the beginning of this mindset. Rise above the storm is not poetry. It's an action, a decision, a promise to yourself that no matter the circumstances, you won't fall. Remember, storms don't only test the brave, they shape them, and those who pass this fiery test become legends. Now your choice is to hide or to fight the storm and touch the sky. The eagle mindset begins where fear ends and flight begins. Chapter 2, Eagle Vision, Clarity, and Focus. Another story. In a village among the mountains lived an old man who often asked people one question. If I place a big stone in front of you and behind it is a treasure, can you see the treasure? People would smile and say no, not until the stone is moved. The old man would then say, similarly, when confusion, fear, and trivialities overwhelm your mind, you will never see your real destination. Just like that, the eagle's sight is different from other birds. It has clarity, focus. It doesn't change path even when it sees its prey from miles away. The question is, do we have such focus in our lives? Do we move in many directions every day? Do we let others' words or social media distract us? And then we think, I am trying, but nothing is happening. The truth is our efforts are scattered and our vision is blurred. If we want eagle vision and clarity, we must ask ourselves, what is our sight looking at? The goal or just the dust on a road? An eagle focuses on its prey, not on the buzzing insect around. It directs energy to where the results will come. Have you ever looked at yourself closely? When you are excited and inspired, your eyes glow with spark. When you feel confused and directionless, those eyes look tired. Why? Because vision is not just to see. Vision is to live your dreams every day and stubbornly turn them into reality. The second rule of the eagle mindset is see beyond the noise. Focus on the goal. The eagle doesn't care how many birds are chirping in the sky. It stays on its path. Clarity comes when the mind is silent and the heart is loud. In today's world, the greatest luxury isn't a car, a house, or money. It's clarity. With clarity, you can achieve anything. So how do you get this eagle vision? It starts with silence. Disconnect yourself from noise for a while each day. Sit, think, and listen to your inner voice, the voice that tells you can think bigger than this. The second step is to crystallize your goals. They say speed dreams results. These cut through distractions like a laser. And the third is to eliminate the unnecessary. Anything that pulls you away from your goal, toxicity, unproductive habits, your own insecurities, remove it. The eagle won't hunt until it reaches 100% quiet. Its patience, silence, and focus all serve its vision. If you want results clearly visible in your life, you first need to clarify your vision. Sometimes clarity requires putting yourself in a questioning circle. Am I heading in the right direction? Am I pursuing what I truly want? Or am I just blended with the crowd? Because a vision without flight is merely wandering, and flight with vision creates history. Now the choice is yours. Fly in the fog or fly with the eagle's clear sight toward your destination. Chapter 2 says, see where you intend to go. Think what you want to obtain. Become what you were born to be. Chapter 3, Fly with Purpose. Identify your real purpose in life. Why does the eagle fly so high? Is it only because its wings are big or because it's faster than other birds? No, it flies high because it knows where it's going. Its flight has direction. Its flight has purpose. Now pause and ask yourself, does my flight have direction? Do I truly know why I'm living? Or do I just wake up in the morning, run around all day, and go to bed tired without understanding the meaning of all this? This is the difference between a common life and a purposeful life. When the eagle flies, it is not just flying a fly. It is flying with a mission. Our life's true peace comes when every morning begins with a reason. But in today's world, most people are just surviving. Why? Because they don't know their purpose. School, college, job, EMI, weekends, social media. This has become the circle of life. And within this circle, we lose the inner voice that told us we would do something big. Do you still hear that voice? If it's still there, if it's alive, it means your purpose is not dead. This is where the third flight of the eagle mindset begins. Purpose. An eagle never wanders. It knows which prey it seeks, and it follows only that. Clarity comes from purpose, and a human's real purpose is not just to live. It is to know oneself and to shape oneself. When you fly with purpose, the wind becomes yours. You don't just ride the wind, you bend it to your will. When someone knows their why, a fire burns inside that turns every setback into courage. Purpose is a fuel that keeps your flight going without tiring. Now the question is, what is my purpose? The answer is inside you. It is what excites you. The work that makes you forget time, the pain you want to fix, the dream that has lived in your eyes since childhood. That is your purpose. The eagle does not seek approval for its flight. It flies because flying is its nature. And if you have any dream, any vision, any voice knocking at you, believe it is not random. Purpose is not a plan. It is a calling that is heard and lived. When your flight connects with purpose, even fatigue becomes inspiring and failures become learning. The eagle mindset tells us that our flight should not be random. We must know where we are going and why. When flight aligns with purpose, the sky even seems smaller. So from today, decide, I will not fly just to fly. I will rise to the height where my purpose wants to take me. Because when you soar with purpose, you don't just fly, you make history. Chapter 3 says, fly with purpose. See the why, and become what you were born to become. Chapter 4, precision. Not everything, the fourth core principle, is do not chase everything. Chase what matters and chase it like fire. The problem today is that we want to do everything. Every opportunity, every shiny distraction, every trend. But think like the eagle. Does it catch every flying insect? No. It catches only the prey whose price is worth it. And that makes a difference. Selective focus, pure discipline, and sharp execution. You may work 12 to 14 hours a day, but if there is no strategy in that work, it's just running around. It's not progress. The eagle teaches us, do less but do it right. Fight less but fight meaningfully. Progress with discipline. When others are shouting, the eagle remains silent, waiting and calculating. When the right moment comes, the eagle strikes like lightning. The same precision should apply to your life. Every day, wake up and ask yourself, am I doing something today that brings me closer to my goal, or am I just killing time in routine? Strategy isn't just about making a plan. It's about knowing the reason behind every action, tracking every moment, and directing every energy correctly. Discipline means doing the task even when you don't feel like it, because you know it's necessary. Sharpen your instincts like the eagle. When the world celebrates, you may have to plan ahead. When others party, you may need to practice because the same people may falter while you soar, because you prepared. Remember, life is a jungle, and victory goes to the one who masters the timing, technique, and target of the hunt. Think like the eagle. Train every day. Stay away from distractions. Evaluate opportunities. And when the time comes, win in one stroke, because the eagle rarely makes multiple attempts. It makes one war, and that war becomes legendary. Chapter 5, fly solo, fly alone. Independence and inner strength. The true identity. Have you ever seen a hawk soar with a flock? No. Hawks do not fly with a group. They go alone. Silence is their comfort, the sky their path, and wisdom their power. But today we fear being alone. We constantly need companionship, approval, validation, whether from social media, society, or relationships. But have you ever thought, when is the greatest growth? When the noise disappears, the crowd drops away, and you hear your real voice for the first time. When a hawk flies alone, there is no guide, no praise, no well done, yet it flies, because it believes in itself. That inner strength is what sets the hawk apart from other birds. Our biggest weakness isn't that we fail. It's that we don't sit with ourselves. We become uneasy when alone because we never understood ourselves. But a hawk, when a storm comes, does not hide below. It rises higher. Why? Because it knows there is no fear in loneliness, only direction. Anyone who achieved something great had to learn to walk alone at some point. There was no one to understand, no one to cheer, but they continued because they chose themselves, understood themselves, trusted themselves. The eagle mindset tells us independence is not just taking a decision alone. It's emotional self-reliance. When you can say, I don't need anyone to tell me I am good. I don't need validation of my abilities. I know what I am and where I am going. Then you are truly free. The eagle doesn't care what others think. It flies its own path. And if the path gets stormy, it goes higher. Its strength lies in its solitude. Its silence is its power, and you must understand that crowds can hype you up but will not take you higher. The hawk's flight is controlled by its own direction. It needs no GPS, no followers, no likes or comments. Its flight is its own story, the purest form of strength. If you ever feel alone, don't think you're weak. Think that this may be the moment to connect with yourself. Because the person who learns to sit with themselves can handle any crowd in the world. The eagle mindset says, he who learns to fly alone will never bow to anyone. He walks on his own feet. He flies with his own wings, and he writes his own destiny. So starting today, if the path is solitary, don't fear it. Perhaps it's the same path that will take you to the highest heights. Chapter 6, Rise Again, Falling and Rising Again. Have you ever fallen so hard that it seemed nothing could be saved? You are not alone. Everyone who is at the heights today once fell flat on the ground. Even the hawk has a turning point in its life when it can either die slowly or go through a painful transformation to be reborn. When a crane is about 40 years old, its beak turns crooked, its claws weaken, and its wings become so heavy that it can't fly properly. It has only one path left, to climb the tallest peak of the mountain and break itself. It uses its beak against the rock until it breaks. Then it pulls out its old claws, grows a new beak, and with its new beak and claws, it tears off its heavy wings as well. The process is painful, but through that pain it is reborn with new wings and new strength. Now think, if a bird can do that, why can't you? Your defeats and pains are not the end of your story. They are your pauses, so you can breathe. Look at yourself and decide, will I fall apart and scatter or fall and rebuild? In life, there are times when friends abandon us, relationships break, dreams shatter. Yet some people stop while others rise again. Rise again means more than just trying again. It means drawing strength from your wounds, lighting a fire from your tears, and turning failure into your greatest victory. The person who always walks only when everything is fine will not go far. But the person who keeps moving even when everything is broken, that person writes history. If the hawk had stayed with the old beak, it would have slowly died. But it chose pain so it could live again. If you have fallen, don't fear. Perhaps this is the moment to reinvent yourself. Cast aside old fears, old pains, and old excuses. When a person rebuilds after breaking, they become more powerful than before. Your comeback can be bigger than your setback. If you think like the eagle, you will say, you fell, so what? Stand up and tell the world that you are not broken. You have been rebuilt, and this time you have come to change the sky, not just survive. So now that we have gone to the eagle mindset in full, ask yourself, do I think like a hawk, or am I still flying with the crowd? Because becoming a hawk is not just about reaching height. It's a way of thinking, a different perspective, a power that separates you from the crowd of this world. Hawks don't fear fear. They face it. They use every storm to fly higher. They prepare in their own quietness. And when they fight, the world stops watching. Now it's your turn. Adopt a mindset that turns your weaknesses into strength, that can see opportunities even in failure, and that tells this world that I don't just survive, I soar. And if this video gave you a bit of courage, if your thinking caught a little fire, I'll say this from my heart. Subscribe to this channel. Here we don't just summarize books. We change thinking, build mindsets, and connect you with new perspective every time. Elevatria is not just a channel. It's a mission where knowledge doesn't just inform, it transforms. See you in the next video with a new book, a new thought, and a new flight. Thank you.